All right. This story everybody's talking about, I guess.
This is in Chicago, right?
This is in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Cops who shoot at Dexter Reed 96 times were being investigated. Now, people don't know this, for another traffic stop.
Seatbelt.
No. They're being investigated for another traffic stop.
What do you mean?
The cops, I guess, are under investigation for something else.
Oh.
In a letter to Chicago's top cop, which is this thing, investigators questioned how officers saw a seatbelt violation through tinted windows and why they fired nearly 100 times.
Tinted windows.
Well, I told you it wasn't a seatbelt. That was stupid.
Did he have a warrant?
It was something. Or they probably know who he is. You don't pull somebody over, non-marked car for a seatbelt. That's not worth me getting off work to go do.
They haven't come out and said if he did anything. Like, why would they pull him over?
In a letter to Chicago's top cop, the city's police watchdog agency questioned why officers conducted the traffic stop that led to them fatally shooting Dexter Reed last month, and noted they were already investigating the same officers for a similar stop.
Ooh, they did that before.
In a letter to Superintendent Larry Snealing, Andrew Kirsten, and Civilian Office of Police Accountability Chief Administrator, raised concerns over the reason officers gave for pulling over Reed. The stop, allegedly made for a seatbelt violation, led to a shootout that left one officer wounded while others fired at Reed nearly 100 times, killing him. Videos of the shooting were released Tuesday. Now, Kirsten said the incident raised serious question about the proportionality of their officers' use of deadly force. In the letter, Kirsten asking Snealing to strip 4 or 5 officers involved of their police powers while accountability agencies investigate. Reed was pulled over. We'll break this down. Reed was pulled over by tactical. I'll read it. You looking at somebody coming in.
Keep going.
Reed was pulled over by tactical officers March 21st in the 3800 block of West Fernand Street. Officials said the deadly encounter began because police stopped Reed for not wearing a seatbelt.
He had his window half down.
Now.
And they came to the door and told him to wear.
Right.
And he rolled the window up.
Now.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That's not funny, but she laughed at everything. Y'all.
No, I'm saying he totally didn't listen.
Right.
So
they told him, they pulled him over for not wearing a seatbelt. This is being investigated because he had tinted windows. You wouldn't have been able to see that he didn't have his seatbelt on.
But the key point that you made when you started reading this is you said some of these same officers
were investigated for doing the same thing to somebody else before.
So you think right away, not to say anything good or bad in that whole situation, but right away, if your officers are starting to have a habit of doing something.
Right. Now, this is why nothing's going to happen to them. This is what we were talking about before we went live.
Right. How far is this going to go?
It doesn't matter if they shot him 150 times. It doesn't matter.
Wow. Okay.
When I pull you over, now we've taken police citizens class, and
we've taken a number of them,
and they say the same thing over and over again. We're taking one right now, and I guarantee you, if you ask them this question, we're in the next class, they're going to say the same exact thing.
Same thing.
Every single class we have taken has said the same exact thing.
We've even taken the sheriff's Citizens Academy class. So even at the level of sheriff.
Even a sheriff.
Because sometimes a sheriff can override a city police officer.
The problem that the reason why he's not going to win, I don't care if they get Ben Crump or whoever to represent him. He's not going to win.
We don't see Ben coming anywhere near this stuff.
Because he knows it's a losing case. When they pull you over and they walk over to your car and tell you to roll the window down.
Or tell you anything.
Anything.
As a cop.
And you roll the window down, which is what he did.
You do opposite.
No. They told him to roll the window down and he rolled the window down.
Okay.
Right there, he loses the case on Well, I didn't know it was police officers. I didn't know what they
Oh,
wanted.
because he could see them.
Because you could see who it was, and you rolled your window down.
And they did have their uniforms on, right? Because my mom said
Yeah.
at first they were unmarked.
No, they had their uniform.
The car
So-
was unmarked,
Right.
but they had uniforms.
So the minute he rolled his window down, no, I wouldn't touch this case with a 10-foot pole. Because you heard, that means you can hear their command, right?
Mhm.
See, before, if you didn't roll the window down, then you can say, well, I didn't know, I didn't hear.
Like the other gentleman.
I didn't
there was
know.
another case where his windows were up.
His windows was up.
And he didn't hear.
He didn't hear, or he didn't listen, or he was scared, or whatever. But the minute he rolled his window down, it was over for him. Because that means you hear what I'm saying, and you know you're listening. When you roll your window back up,
Mhm.
you are telling a police officer you won't smoke.
Well, I'm thinking.
That means I'm getting ready to do something, and I don't want you to see me doing it because my windows are shaded.
Now, keep going with the story because I technically don't feel at that moment.
Well, they didn't start shooting in.
Keep
Oh,
reading
okay, so
because
let's go.
In my opinion,
So now they're
it's
ready.
Later.
It's okay, hold on.
But go ahead.
So now you've already brought them to the point to where they're gonna shoot if you do anything. Because you put your window back up. So now they thinking in their minds, I don't know what he's doing in that car. I can't see through the window. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably going to get a gun or something.
Right. And understand this.
Mm-hmm.
There have been other situations where police officers, law enforcers have approached the vehicle, truck, whatever it is, and there have been reactions worse than his without a weapon. So let's keep it moving.
Okay, so then the next
It gives
thing,
them reason for whatever.
right? So then the next thing is he starts to shoot.
He has a weapon.
Once you shoot, I don't know how clean. We've been at every Police Citizens Academy
It's
class.
unfortunate, yeah.
They are trained this way. I don't know how many times I have to say this to people on these shows. I'm trying to be a bridge where y'all can understand how police are trained versus how the public thinks. You can say that you think they should be trained different. That's a whole different discussion. Even the police officers told me that when I said that. I said, maybe y'all should reevaluate how y'all are trained. He said, that's a different discussion. Because remember, we were saying, can you shoot him in the leg? Can you shoot? We was naming all kinds of stuff.
Say they can fall and still shoot back at
He
you.
said, y'all watch every class.
Too much TV.
He said, y'all watch too much television. And that makes them upset because they think that's how the public thinks.
Like you shoot to injure, not to kill.
When we pull our gun out, they have been clear on every class that we've been in. We shoot to kill.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I shoot you 5 times, 20 times, 100 times, 500 times. I can riddle your body with bullets.
Now be careful.
The one shot is for to kill you anyway.
Be careful when you say when we pull out
You're right.
our weapon.
When
Because
you fire, you're right.
There have been police officers who
You're right.
have come
You're right.
with the weapon.
You're right.
Ready to.
Engage.
And don't give them
I should
reason
say, I'll say the word engage.
Some of them pull it out.
You're right. You're right.
Or some of them come with it.
You're right.
So you're
the
right.
word is engage.
Exactly.
You're right. Because they will pull their guns out and point it at you and tell you to get down on the ground.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's not to kill you. But the minute
no.
you engage.
Oh, help us.
See, you have an argument if you don't have a gun, if you didn't engage, if you
I didn't have no weapon.
They shot this man 100 times and he didn't do anything. That's different. But if you have a gun that was fired from your hand in the direction of a police officer, their job is to kill you.
Wow.
Not wound you, not hit you in the leg, not knock the gun out of your hand, kill you. And every last one of them, that's their job. So imagine 6, 5, whatever cops, they're going to empty their clip on you. Then they're going to put another clip in and still shoot you.
Now that's where I have the question of, we get it, and people can have a difference of opinion with that. We get it when the person they're coming to has a weapon. we even get it like to the point where all officers' lives are in danger because you don't know what kind of weapon they may pull out too. It may be those whatever those guns are.
Yes.
You can get all of them like in the movies. The few rounds and you got 10 cops done. But they're knowing that a weapon is coming their way and being charged and any of them can get killed or die or whatever. He did injure a police officer. Right away, if there's 5 of them, 6 of them, 7 of them, hey, one man down, that's it. Now you even more stronger. And you injure one of us.
If you watch the footage,
oh Lord,
when they come up, they say, officer down, officer, whatever. They come up to him, he still has the gun. Even though he's not going to be able to do nothing with it. The man is laying pretty much, they said he's still moving, which means his leg, they still fine. If you even look like, I don't care if your hair is blowing in the wind and you're gone. If you have a gun in your hand, you're gone. The man is gone, for God's sake.
Movement.
And they still see movement. And you have a gun in your hand, they're going to continue to shoot.
Now, that was where I have the issue.
And that's what we talk about at the police academy thing. Can y'all need to reevaluate this, for God's sake.
If there's 4, 5, 6 cops, all of you got rounds. And how many is in a round?
I don't know.
Because we went to shooting ranges and stuff, so we kind of learning guns.
I don't know how many's in their round.
There's some that they can hold longer, more rounds.
Yes.
My mind is, they said 96, 93. Yes. What number do you stop at when all of y'all are shooting to go? Because you said he still had the gun in his hand. So you think about how our bodies react. A gun, your nerves or whatever can still be holding onto the gun as you go down. And you can still literally have the gun in your hand.
See, it says
they train
3 of the 4 officers reloaded their guns. I told y'all that. They will reload and continue to shoot. So they don't care. Listen, and I've said this 100 times. We've taken these classes. Their job is not to wound you. Their job is to kill you.
So it was
in their minds, in our minds, we thinking overkill.
Yeah.
We thinking you don't need to shoot somebody 96 times.
Right.
They're dead.
They're dead after what, 20 times?
In their mind, there's no such thing as overkill.
So they just go until the rounds are gone?
I go until the rounds are gone.
Why waste bullets then?
Or until I don't think that person is a threat anymore.
You got 4 cops doing this. Or 3 of them.
I agree.
So now
we think overkill. They think I've already killed them. Mm-hmm. So I'll still keep punching some bullets if I have to, if I see anything moving over there.
And I want people to understand, whatever your race is, black, white, whatever, female, male, transgender, whatever you are, the moment you show a weapon,
that's it.
You're pretty much committing suicide.
Yes.
Because we already get upset when you get out the car and run.
Yes.
Or when you use your car as a weapon. But
now my thing is, I understand his family.
Yeah.
I can understand them protesting. I get it. Because that's your family member. So you're gonna ride for your family member.
What are they actually saying though? Because he had a weapon.
He shot a cop. Thing. What part are we gonna protest?
You killed him.
Dude had a gun.
You killed him.
Now what I will say, and I will protest, is
what?
The original reason why they pulled him over. That is what I'm talking about. That is what's would get me out there with a sign. Forget about all the shooting. I got it. He had a gun. You shot him. No such thing as shooting too much. I got it.
See,
you can shoot him 150 times, 3,000 times. It doesn't matter. But why would you pull somebody over for not wearing a seatbelt when he had tinted windows and you couldn't even see? So that means you had another motive. And you're a liar. And when you lie, I no longer support anything that comes out of your mouth, justification for shooting somebody. Because you're a liar.
But they got to prove that.
But you got to prove it.
So, because you even said that.
Once you become a liar, all credibility is out the window.
You even said that maybe 2 or 3 of these cops, if it was 4 of them, they were investigated. they had the same thing happen before. So if they have a habit of his stickers, his plates have expired, he has something in the rearview mirror, his light is out, he's not wearing his seatbelt, those little petty traffic violations.
Now, if he didn't shoot at the police officers, we got to investigate this. We're going to see in an investigation, did any shots come out from that car from his gun?
That injured the one cop.
Did he shoot because they started shooting first? Or did he shoot first? That's number one. Well, no. Number one is, why did you pull him over in the first place? Because you couldn't see that he didn't have a seatbelt on. So his windows were tinted. You couldn't see he had a seatbelt on. Be honest. Why did you pull him over in the first place? Well, we know this guy in the neighborhood and he's okay. Then be honest. Mm-hmm. So right there, it's an illegal traffic stop. Right there, it's an illegal traffic stop. That's why they don't want to be honest. Because if you can prove that it's an illegal traffic stop, everything that happens after that is your fault.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't want to be honest. You see? See what being dishonest happens? So that's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, why this guy would decide to roll the window down and then put it back up again. Like you showed them that you knew who they were. You showed them that you can hear what they're saying.
You're pretty much saying, no, I'm not going to listen to what you asked me to do.
I don't understand why people always put themselves in a predicament where you don't want to go home.
Was there a mental breakdown with him too?
Yeah, does he have a mental issue or something?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it because the way they were bragging about what he was, I think he was a coach. He's done some things in the community.
Was he on drugs?
I don't know.
So they got to investigate all of this.
Yeah, and the one thing the police officers do tell us, once they use that gun and that taser,
that's it.
They're sat down because they have to do an investigation because they're trying. And that was I remember the one police group said they try not to use the guns, and people think, they just want to go on a killing spree. But because once they use that gun, they gotta sit down now, and they gotta be. Why you use it?
They showed us in the citizens class, when you use your gun
or your taser,
the amount of paperwork that you got to do.
Yeah. Especially if you've taken a life. But the moment you use that gun, they got to hear reason why.
They got to trace that bullet. What happened when that bullet left that chamber?
Yeah. And then so many of them. Did you really feel that he was a threat still? He still had the gun in his hand.
If they don't, now this is why I said whoever's suing won't win against the police.
Why you think that?
If all of them have the same say the same thing,
he was a threat because he had a
weapon. We saw he did not have a seatbelt on, even though everybody is laughing, going, "That's not true." But let's just say they all stick with the same story. We saw that he did not have a seatbelt on. And we went over there to investigate. We told him to roll his window down. He did. And then he started to put it back up.
Yeah.
And we commanded him to stop doing it. We told him, don't do that. Yeah. He kept doing
Get out the car.
Then we heard him fire. That's what the tape is going to show. Did he do the first fire? That's all they need to prove. If he did one fire out of that gun first, I don't care if it's 5,000 bullets going to him. They will say it doesn't matter. There is no such thing as excessive force when somebody is pointing a gun at you.
Unfortunately.
I brought this up in our police citizens class 100 times, and they all look at me like I'm stupid. I said, can't you just shoot the tires out or shoot?
Well, we're not even asking that in the second, third class. By that time, we've heard that same answer. So now our question is, how many times you feel you need to empty your what do you call it? To hold the bullets. You got to, because if the holds 20, your clip. If it's 10 bullets, 20 bullets.
They said 50.
So you just keep going and using him as a target like you're at the shooting range. Boom, 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 boom. You know he's dead.
Because one bullet in their mind, I'm telling you what they said in our class, is to kill him. So if it takes one bullet to kill him, or if it takes 3,000 bullets to kill him, our objective is to kill him, not wound him. Because in their mind, and they did make sense, They said, Kim, if you shoot at a police officer, what you think they're gonna do to you?
You already showing them that you don't respect.
That's in their mind. I'm telling you.
Law enforcer, you, regardless of your background and history with them,
I couldn't even argue with them.
What can you say? You putting a weapon at me, whether it's a knife,
I couldn't argue with them,
and you're coming at me.
He's saying,
I don't care to you. You don't care about me.
If a person will shoot a police officer, right, what do you think they will do to you?
Yeah, if they have no respect for law enforcement, and no matter how...
No, not even law enforcement. A person who has the capability of shooting back and killing you.
Well, they don't care about that.
No, I'm saying if you're shooting at somebody who has a gun, who could kill you, who's trained.
This is the Wild Wild West.
Who's trained to kill you, what do you think he's going to do to you?
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of times, and it's unfortunate that we've had good and bad situations happen like this, because there are situations that happen like similar to this where it was no weapon, right? Or they thought it was, and then too, you don't trust them because you're like, we got to cover our bottoms.
Thank you.
Let's put one there or whatever. Let's lie. Let's get our story together, And people are not trusting as much.
So we're gonna follow this story.
Oh yeah.
And we'll see what happens. This is in Chicago, so we'll hear about it.
It's unfortunate that if it's true about the seatbelt and there's nothing deeper, like this guy was looking like somebody else and we followed him, or there's some background activity that he's done, we're not sure. Let's pull him over for this, and then we can get him for this.
Now, they say here the video shows plainclothes officers.
I told you they didn't have outfits.
It still loses.
When
they told him to pull his car down,
clean it up here. My mom told us this story yesterday. Okay. And she said, unmarked car, no uniform. Could possibly be he in Chicago. Who you coming at me with some weapons? I don't know who you are. Who's to say he didn't feel threatened himself? Because they didn't have they didn't have no badge, they didn't have no hat. They didn't have a little belt on. They were not in uniform. So that's why they really need to investigate this, because, and then too, if these cops have a history of doing, let's pull them over for this, and then we'll get them on this, that kind of history, or they've been.
It says here, this is up to date. Chaos erupts outside the Chicago police station after videos released of deadly officer-involved shooting. They starting to go to the police station and attack the police stations.
Yeah, they demand some answers.
My thing goes from
a lot of stuff is leaking out, like you're saying.
We gotta see.
They've had a history of doing this. They pulled him over for a seatbelt violation. Lying? You're not being honest. You've done it before. I mean, it's a lot going on where the people are like, we tired of this. We tired. So
that's why you can't lie.
Yeah. Look, I don't even know what to say.
I'm looking to see somebody had
more updates. Well, when my mom told me this story, I said, "Mom, were they?" She said they were unmarked cars. They didn't have their uniform.
And the guys didn't have their uniforms on.
They didn't come up to him with the uniform. So when they were saying, "Get out the car, roll your window back down,"
but he rolled his window down. That's the problem.
And he still saw no uniform.
But he saw their badges, didn't he?
No, I don't know if they wear a badge when they're unmarked. That's a good question. Do they wear a chain that they show? Because they're unmarked, so they don't want people to know they're cops.
They shouldn't have never pulled him over in the first place.
I know. They didn't have to pull him over, unless there's some other reason. And now they're not
telling
the truth.
It is another reason.
There's got to be another reason.
There's another reason.
A seatbelt, you don't, okay.
They're not telling the truth.
In the Chicago area, as much gang violence, drive-bys, carjackings, it's a lot of that going on in the cities, in our areas as well. You don't have time to do traffic violations in most cities that have a lot of shootings going on. Your seatbelt not, you're not wearing your seatbelt. Hey, you should be wearing your seatbelt. That's in the suburbs. That's in some suburbs where the homes are $1 million. Sir, I don't see you wearing your seatbelt. I'm sorry, officer. I'm sorry. Put it on now, sir.
Not in Chicago.
You have no time for that. So what else else is the reason they pulled that boy
It's another
over.
reason.
That man. Come on.
And that's the reason. That's the problem.
People are angry now because it's petty.
But that's the problem. And that's what's going to end up, I believe, causing a lot of people going off in the city.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything's going to happen to it.
You don't think they'll get off?
Nah.
Okay.
No, I think they're going to get off because I told you they don't believe in excessive force. I was trying to find, I know this girl had posted it.
They do believe in excessive force.
No, not for when you shoot at a police officer.
No, they're okay with it. They don't call it excessive force when the weapon is charged.
When the weapon is charged. Because their job is to kill you. And
especially when one has been injured.
Yeah. So. Oh well, I was trying to find the footage of the thing.
Yeah, I still watch a lot of police shows, and a lot of them are reliving a lot of these stories and bringing that, like Law and Order, Blue Bloods.
Yeah, that's what they say. Y'all watch too much
No,
TV?
but no, they're actually, a lot of these shows today are closer to how the police officers operate.
Oh, okay.
They're closer to, because Rookie, they 2 and 2 because they're rookies. So they got one that's been a rookie longer than the other ones to train. So in Blue Bloods, they had a similar thing where they pulled the guy over, and
all right, let's look at this.
Same thing. So you're looking at the footage?
Look, I'm trying to turn this on. Okay.
Similar thing where they pulled the guy over.
They had stopped Reed on suspicion of not wearing a seatbelt. Or Jared Hill has more.
Do not roll the window up.
Chicago police officers were in the middle of a traffic stop last month
Unlock the doors now.
when they say 26-year-old Dexter Reed, driving a white SUV, did not comply with their commands.
Unlock the doors now.
A civilian review board investigating the incident says Reed fired first.
Shot fired.
Officers returned fire, shooting 96 rounds in just 41 seconds. Reed got out of his car and fell to the ground as officers kept firing at him. He died later at a hospital.
Are you hit?
One officer was injured when he was shot in the arm during the incident. The 5 officers have been placed on administrative leave. The city's mayor is pledging a full, independent investigation, calling the footage deeply disturbing.
I'm personally...
All right.
That's why I was saying, when are we going to get back to the days of RoboCop? RoboCop wouldn't have to deal with that because he a robot. You shoot at...
Oh, he just shoot anybody.
Robot would just come up to the car, and if a weapon comes at him, the bullets will bounce off because he's a robot. But he will still see that they have a weapon.
Well, you know
and
what?
He may discharge, put down your weapon, put down your weapon.
You're saying RoboCop, but it'll probably be more like a... I agree, it won't be like RoboCop. But I think in the near future, it will be a robot.
It'll be AI.
It'll be pulling over these traffic stops.
Yeah, but
these traffic, yeah.
And then the robot will be ready if this happens.
Right. It'll be, we're pulling you over for not having a seatbelt. And then license and registration, it'll take it and scan it, give it back to you, and then go on back to the thing.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day. Drive safe.
It'll be like that. I don't think that's that far off.
No, we're not. When I watched the movie RoboCop, I was like, at the time that came out, that was what, 10, 15, 20 years?
Yeah, maybe 20 years.
I was like, we going to have RoboCops like that. Now, he was half human, of course.
That's what I'm saying. It won't be a RoboCop.
It'll be like the Terminator.
It'll be like it'll be a robot though. Because they got robots delivering food and stuff.
Yeah, at our hotel, they had them bring up our towels and stuff.
So, all right.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
We're going to follow this story.
Yeah.
I'm not automatically coming out on the guy's side, and I'm not automatically coming out on the police side, because I think more investigation needs to happen. I need to know why they really pulled him over. It wasn't for a seatbelt. And I need to know, does this boy have a criminal history, or was this something where he was just
mistaken identity,
or does he have a mental condition that we don't know about, and he don't know? You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't follow regular commands.
Exactly.
Is it something there? And why does he have a gun in Chicago? It's illegal to have a gun in Chicago.
To carry, conceal and carry.
Period. It's illegal to have a gun in Chicago.
I thought you can legally have it in your home.
No, it's illegal to have a gun unless you get a special permit in the city of Chicago.
To have it in your house.
Yes.
Right.
You cannot have a gun.
Not conceal and carry.
No, you can't even have it in your house.
You sure?
It is illegal to have a gun unless you have a special permit.
Oh.
In the city of Chicago.
So even special meaning it beyond a permit.
You got to get a real permit to carry a gun in the city. Not even carry, have it in your house in the city of Chicago.
Oh, that's not good.
The only people that's supposed to have guns are the police officers.
No, and you see what they're doing with it.
Well, there we go.
They need to change that law. If you guys are listening and you got opportunity to work with the law changers, because we're living in a society now where conceal and carry. You go to Walmart. Do I got to pull it out at Walmart?
So the fact that he had a gun automatically did an alert for them.
He was illegal.
In the city of Chicago, he shouldn't have a gun. So that's probably that automatically put them on alert.
That was his life if he had not had his gun.
He didn't have a gun.
That's true. But then they should have pulled him over for a seatbelt.
Shouldn't have pulled him over.
So it's like all kinds of stuff thrown up in this. We need to really investigate this. Poor guy. I feel bad for his family though. I really do. Because people are angry. They really are.
All right.
Okay.
MC says, I saw in a comment section that he shot at the police. I haven't looked at any articles on it, but it seems that that's not true. Okay, so we'll see. I guess it's true. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, the video showed him.
The video. MC said, not the hair blowing in the wind. When I said, if they see your hair blowing in the wind.
If the hair is blowing, they'll still shoot at you.
Now, we saw on the video just now, y'all can watch it on your own. He got out the car.
He got out the car and failed. Remember, he did the move that Queen Latifah did in Set It Off. She sat there, smoked her last cigarette, and she went out with a bang.
But you see how that's a movie, but that's the truth. They'll fire 3,000 shots into you.
And she got out with her weapon.
And they shot 3,000 shots into her.
And she went down like, whoa.
And that part of movies is absolutely true. They don't believe in excessive force when you have a gun. They don't.
Wow.
So you can't get them on. Why you shoot them 96
times?
Didn't
they do Denzel that way?
Yep.
Denzel.
Well, that was the criminals that shot him.
I know, but still. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wendy says, hey, girls. Hey, Wendy. Emerald says, salutations, everyone.
Sad,
salutations to you,
was like,
too.
why Denzel had to play a dirty cop?
What, Ma? My mother says salutations to you.
My mama's saying salutations.
She laughing every time I say it.
Got the family saying salutations.
All right, so we'll follow this case, y'all.
Okay.
This case is
another case.
But now they at the police station going after police officers.
Yeah.
See, we don't like stuff like this. It's gonna those police shouldn't have lied. You know darn well you didn't pull him over for no dang on seatbelt.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay.
They are probably been tracing them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
that
judge,
Undercover?
Yeah.
They didn't have no. Yeah, they were undercover.
Yep.
They probably tried to find
Yeah, they know who he. They knew
maybe
who
he was. It was a drug dealer
I
or
don't
something.
know. We don't know.
But I told Kim. I said,
go back to the picture.
I watch. When I watch, and when we laugh at the TV shows, but a lot of it is truth to these TV shows. When I watch Blue Bloods, what the cops did, they knew that the person they were after had a history of something. They couldn't get him on that.
Yeah,
they did a traffic violation,
and that's what I think they
pull
did with
him
this guy.
over.
Yeah.
And yeah, they had suspicion on him. They had information given about them. So they've been doing this all the time.
I think and they said that these guys, this group of police officers are under investigation for doing this to other people
before.
So if you're a dirty cop, they're gonna find out. So. But I'm not justifying him pulling a gun out and shooting on
that too.
But yeah, if they dirty,
do things by the book.
Exactly.
Wait until, unfortunately, he does something wrong,
exactly.
And then you got him.
Exactly.
You're not wearing your seatbelt, son.
Yeah, but if you're guilty yourself, you're gonna be scared.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll follow.
It's a good one. You're right.
All right.
If he's done something, his past is caught up.
All right, we'll follow.
The seeds he's sown,
but it doesn't matter.
That is negative has caught up.
Right, it's two dirties on both sides.
Exactly.
Then. But that doesn't clear them either.
Exactly. They both were wrong. That's what we're saying. Both were wrong in the process of how.
If you a man and you beat your wife 364 days of the year.
Yeah.
And on 365 days, you sit there in your underwear watching the game, and the police kick the door in and beat you up for beating your wife up. That's wrong.
I didn't beat her up today.
I beat her up yesterday.
But you're getting a beat down because of the
No, we were outside and we heard you attacking your wife. My wife isn't even here. It doesn't matter. That's what we heard. You can't be too dirty on both
But you
sides.
know what? That's a good question.
If he's done it 364 days, he'll do it tomorrow. Wait for tomorrow.
That's why a lot of times people who are so when we're speaking that scripture, reap what you sow, good or bad, and that's why we try to tell people to sow good seeds. So because you'll reap a harvest of blessings. But if they've sown seeds where they hurt people, lied on them, violated somebody, and then day number 100,
thank you,
they didn't do anything. But yet, boom, 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 you in jail now.
And the reason
why
why
the seeds you planted years ago hurting people.
And the reason why you can't do that is because, like, let's say they say that with these mass murderer people, and they say, I didn't kill that person. You can't put it on him. Because if you put it on him, the real murderer that actually killed that person gets away.
Thank you.
Even though the scuzz bucket killed 500 people.
I think they had that issue with John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, John Wayne Gacy said, I didn't kill that kid.
I didn't do that one.
Nah, you got me
the
for
100 in the backyard. I got
them.
But not the 101.
So find the person who killed him. See, they lazy. That's lazy police work.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like.
Yeah.
If you know that this guy is no good, you could have waited another day and got him on something else.
You just hate
Don't pull him over for a seatbelt.
I think they just, a lot of times, in the Blue Bloods, they even said it. They don't want him on the street anymore.
Well, too bad.
Anybody else.
We'll follow him around. And you already following him around in plain clothes.
That's true. Unmarked cars.
Unmarked.
That's true. If you catch him doing something, you got it right
there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see where this goes.
So dirty cop, you getting it too.
Yeah.
All right. Ja Morant. Now we talk about when Ja